On the right hand.
Yeah, I'm starting to use a notebook so I can have a few little records here.
Okay.
Thanks. Great. I might get myself in that habit.
Bye.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry you guys. No worries. Did you want a coffee now?
No.
Did you guys want coffee? Either of you?
Coffee? Yeah.
I'm good. You're good. Thank you. All right. Not you guys.
Remember when you guys used to get chicken wings?
I can't believe I overpaid this thing.
Find out how to get a free bottle of Knox-Trill. Call 800-993-0.
Did we figure out what their policy limits
Well,
are? Do we know?
No idea.
No clue.
We may have, but it's not even a factor at this clear.
Well, it's such a junky car she hit with. I assume it's 25.
Yeah, probably is. What do you have on you then? 250 or?
Easily.
Yeah.
Probably a half, actually.
Okay.
And then an umbrella. But an umbrella wouldn't cover that, would it?
Some may, some can extend UM as well, but most are just liability
I
umbrellas.
think it's just liability.
Okay, guys, let's have a really good time.
All right.
Life is good.
Life is good.
You're in too good of a mood, Tom.
No, actually, that's because my aspirin kicked in. I woke up in pain, and I'm starting to have a tiny knee pain that I've never had in my life, and that tells me at 65 when you have a tiny pain, it's not something that gets better.
That's true.
I just have a feeling every now and then this pain, it's just a tiny one, but I'm thinking.
What hours it is?
You know how it used to be like, shit, work it out. Now I'm thinking,
it's like, no.
How would you do that? How would you change it and still come back to the network at the
You know, I
right
never sympathize with people or empathize with them when they talk about
A 30?
Right.
until I have it.
Right. So that's human nature.
No, I really don't. I
Yeah.
get over it, you know?
Yeah.
Quit whining, you say.
Right.
As long as the break is still the right
About
amount, we're on
10
the same
years.
page, right?
Yeah.
Wait, that's all you've been around?
Yeah. 09. 09. Yeah. Mike was, before that, he was running a fish farm.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. You were weird. That's
Yeah,
right.
we were
Yes.
weird.
A fish farm. I did not know that.
Good fish.
Was it good fish?
What?
Was it good fish?
Oh, it's the best.
What's that? What type? Mai or what?
No, it's amberjack. They call it kahala. It's a yellowtail type.
Oh, like a tuna?
They call it no.
You got that right,
White.
Todd.
It's so good. It's
You got that right.
they grow them like this big. Yeah, they're called amberjack and kahala in the wild, but they call them kona kapachi.
Mm.
Really good fish.
That is a different.
Open ocean fish farming. It's a
Oh, it's in the ocean?
uh-huh.
So you put cages around?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Huge 70-foot submersible cages. It was an adventure.
Of that.
Yeah, every day something new went wrong.
You ever get a shark in there?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they learned.
How did it get through?
They bit holes in the cages. And
Wow.
we closed on a house there, and Mike walked in the door 2 days later and said, "Shark bit a hole in the cage and $500,000 at inventory swam out."
Jeez.
Yeah, it was like, oh god, it was always something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have insurance for something like that?
Shark insurance?
I don't know.
I know.
I
that's
don't
what
know. Luckily, I was just raising babies at the time. His problem.
That was. Yeah, with a lot of shark in there.
Oh yeah. They had a monk seal once, and they're totally protected. You can't frighten them.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That was interesting.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome. We are here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, and to take complaints, and to make your life just a little easier. Unless you are ripping people off, then we want to make your life miserable. We do that every day. You know, people say, how do you do that, Tom? How can you, in the same phone call, decry and bring down fire on someone and then recommend someone else? It's easy. The good ones, we recommend. The bad ones, we go after. Who decides? We do. We do. Now, you might think, well, that's a conflict of interest. What is a conflict of interest? A conflict of interest is when you have a conflict of interest. That means you will allow yourself to decide one way or another based on things that shouldn't come into being, like if they're a relative, if you know them, if they pay you, if for some reason you have some secret agenda. We have no secret agendas. Now, referralist.com is paid advertising. The show is paid advertising, but people are approved by the Troubleshooter Network. And here's the deal. We've had plenty of times where consumers complain about people that are not on the referral list, and we side with those businesses often. We side with consumers often. Here's what we try to do. Get directly involved in your life to help. No other show does it at all. This is Media with a Purpose, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live across the country, on podcasts and various affiliates. By the way, of course, KHOW in Denver is our flagship. Any follow-ups? Raise your hand. Deputy Dan, do you have any follow-ups? I know you're working on some. Mark, working on some. Suzanne and Daphne, let me know during the show. We're going to go right to the phones. Then I'm going to introduce our special guest. We have 2 attorneys in the studio. John Fuller, Fuller Law for personal injury. And we do have some emails, actually, I saved for him. And Gigi Wink, Wink and Wink, bankruptcy attorneys. I asked her the percentage of Chapter 13s to Chapter 7s. Chapter 7s are complete liquidation. And that means anything that's non-exempt, that's not protected, you either sell or pay for. You're not allowed to just have stuff. So, for example, if you had an expensive piece of art that you love, the value of that art has to be paid to your creditors by you or by selling that art. Now, there are some things that are exempted, like, for example, work tools. You don't have to sell them, or certain transportation. John Fuller, he works in personal injury. I have a very important question for John. Personal injury, it's not so much finding the responsible party. Well, yes, it is, right? But then it's not so much proving damages. Oh, yes, it is. Well, then it's who can collect. There are many different facets. First and foremost, is it negligence or is it personal injury that you can go after? Second, is there someone to go after? Third, is there someone to collect from? And fourth, is it worth it? Right, John? It's so complicated.
It is.
I mean, you have to figure out, is it worth it to begin with? Because if you take a portion of what they collect, is it even worth it for you? You hear people say this, I can't find an attorney. You know what that translates to? What is it? What do you hear when you hear that?
There's a problem.
I hear
problem with something, either liability or money or coverage,
or it's not a good case.
Pre-existing conditions or any number of other things.
People say I can't find it. Now I want to know this: can people go bankrupt if they're sued for a personal injury?
Absolutely.
But insurance companies don't, or can, right?
Well, so it gets complicated, but ultimately in Colorado, when we sue somebody for personal injuries, we sue the individual and not their insurance company. Okay?
Oh.
So they still have coverage under their insurance policy, but that person's individual liability is something that can be discharged in the bankruptcy court.
If it's discharged in bankruptcy, can you still go to their insurance company?
Yes, you certainly
Okay.
can. The biggest problem that we run into with bankruptcy is and Gigi can probably explain this better, but the automatic stay that goes into effect the moment that somebody files can put on hold any of the litigation actions that we have against that defendant that were filed, a lot of times filed just days before they go bankrupt.
John Fuller, Fuller Law. Now, Gigi Wink from Wink and Wink, you do bankruptcy, so let me ask you that then. Have you had people come to you and said, we were in an accident, we're being sued, or we're getting a judgment, we want to go bankrupt? Can they go bankrupt before the judgment and put that on hold, or do they wait?
Yes, they can go before or after.
And it will still be included?
That's right. That's right. The timing of the litigation doesn't affect
it's when the accident occurred?
It has to, the liability has to have arisen prior to filing bankruptcy.
Okay.
It just has to be from before you file. But it can be after they get a judgment. It can be before they get a judgment. It can be while they're actively trying to get a judgment. That auto stay is like a protective bubble that slams down around you.
John, your mic.
It's not unheard of, Tom, for the injured parties to also find themselves looking at bankruptcy, oftentimes just before or just after a settlement, just because of overwhelming medical bills and all the stuff that flows from these accidents.
If they go bankrupt while they're in litigation, does their award go to the trustee?
Some of it does. It's very complicated. Because the way the statute is written that protects personal injury awards does not include the portion of the settlement or judgment that you get to cover your medical bills. So if there's outstanding medical liability, let's say you get $10,000,
right.
$5,000 was to cover your medical bills, $5,000 was for your pain and suffering.
Right.
You would keep the $5,000
for the medical.
For the pain and suffering. The $5,000 that was for the medical bills, which are going to get included in and discharged,
would go to the
trustee to go pro rata.
But you do get to keep in a bankruptcy pain and suffering.
Yes.
Yes,
you do.
John.
You do.
That's
and
good.
You do. But sometimes those doctors don't even get paid as well. They have to individually assert their rights and to object to the discharge of those bills. They do have a statutory protection built in, but they do have to affirmatively opt for that.
Now, any questions on any of this, give us a call. It's cool that we have both Fuller Law in personal injury and wink and wink bankruptcy. Okay, let's talk to Tino. Is that the... Hey, Tino, what's happening?
Good morning, Tom.
This is a cell phone issue, and this is one of the calls where we got in touch with you after you contacted us. Thank you for contacting us. What's going on, man?
Yes, thank you. Well, my son has a big problem. His friend talked him into getting him a phone, so he did.
Now, what do you mean? He used your son's credit?
Yes.
Ah.
And so he signed all the papers, and he filled up all the papers, and he's been getting bills, and he can't
So the
find
the guy that he signed for is not paying the bill?
No.
Now, you know that your son is responsible because he used his name, just like anybody who so-called co-signs, and we often say, you're not co-signing, you're signing. I mean, co-signing seems to make it sound lighter. So how much has this bill gotten up to?
Well, I guess they told him that he needs to pay $1,800.
Oh my God!
That he won't owe anymore.
It's going to ruin his credit.
Yes, that's what I'm.
I mean, he doesn't. Does your son have $1,800?
No.
Did he get the phone at least turned off?
I don't think he has done anything.
Wait a minute. How long ago did he sign on this?
Maybe 3 months, 4 months.
He's got to get this. He's got to get this turned off. If he's on the account, he can get it turned off. That's the very first thing. The second thing is he has to deal with the bill, no matter what. It's his bill, and then he has to go after his friend.
Oh, because he bought a car and he's doing good on payments.
Good. See, what you're saying is it's terrible to ruin a credit over this, but I got to tell you, Tino, it's going to ruin his credit if he doesn't make some arrangement. Now, here's what I would do. If this was me, there's nothing else I could do. I would first get the phone turned off, and second, and I would instruct them, turn this off. I'm on the account. I am no longer paying. I'm no longer responsible. Now, once that's turned off, I would make payment arrangements just to keep them happy so they don't report negative. And while I am making temporary payments, I would go after the friend in small claims court to get a judgment. That's what I would do.
And why in the hell a high school would not teach a kid don't co-sign when they're a senior? I'll never understand.
Mark, why doesn't a high school teach that? Why don't they teach how to balance a checkbook? Do you know how many kids are going around, they use their phone, and they transfer money electronically, that's the big deal now, or they use debit cards, and they do not balance their checkbook. They think in their head, let's say I had that much this morning, I must have this much. They don't know what an outstanding check is. They have no idea how to balance a checkbook. 303-713-TALK.
So when I turn this on,
you've been down that road.
Tom, 1 minute.
I took my kid aside. Thanks, co-sign for anything, man. You're dumb.
Still a little bit
No,
of
man.
up there, but
Didn't your son do that?
Damn.
Rub it in.
No,
We co-signed. His kid co-signed for a car.
Is that car paid for now?
Kidding you. Right on the car.
You got a charge off. That's as bad.
How much?
Charge off is as bad as a bankruptcy.
It's worse. Bankruptcy, it's worse, isn't it?
It's not good. I don't know that it's worse.
Foreclosure is the worst.
20 seconds, ideal home loan, 60
Yeah, it has long-reaching effects.
With your traffic advisor, I'm so
6:30, K-How.
Not all college students. I need you to co-sign something.
If I can.
Hey, guys. All right. All right.
Well, don't fix it.
Wouldn't it be nice if you knew what interest rates were doing so you could time your refinance or your purchase? Well, you know what? You don't know what they're doing, but here's what you can do, which is wonderful with idealhomeloans.com. You refinance or buy, you close, and you have a 2-year guarantee. No matter what rates do, you have a guarantee. Now, if they go up, of course, you stay the same. And if they go down, even 0.75% over the next 2 years, they refinance you free of all fees. That's it. Think about it. A 2-year guarantee. So let's say 6 months later, you refi. Rates go down again. You refi. Rates go down again. Every time you do it, you get a fresh 2 years. They also have this pre-approval, and let me tell you something, man. If you're out looking for homes right now, it's like a cash deal. Your offer goes to the top because you're approved. They're ready to fund. All they need is title work. It's 3 weeks or less. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000. Okay.
Well, let me tell you, that's not just for a loan for him and stuff, even though if it's a, what do you call it? Yeah, if there's a secured loan, it's almost impossible. So you have to charge off and stuff? Yeah.
So they
raised
them
last night, even secured, with put money in a CD, so that I co-signed for a secured card. Yeah, secured loan. If I want to do a loan, it's free, because I know they're not for sure. I told you we have a place. Also, so there's another they're just security service, security federal services.
There's one right by part of those. When you go buy a car, it's credit. That's why I think you'll get a full car. And they report it for you. I thought you ended up paying that.
Yeah, they were.
You did, but the charge off is still there.
That's right. They were just going to like kind of a big size.
I know your wife. Does she get it now?
No, she's a fucking idiot.
So
we catch her. She is.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Suzanne wouldn't even question that. She wouldn't even. She would leave that up to me 100%. Does she do it just to stick it to you, or she's ignorant?
No,
no, I think that's the kind of
is the stem cell clinic that I recommend for true.
And I didn't understand what saying this charge off.
If you are looking for a stem cell therapy, do Dr. Christy Tenno in East He's the first one to do stem cell treatment in a clinical setting. And the only thing I'm thinking you can find out more at their website, voidsurgerytoday.com. Don't accept any
regular
credit card too. Amniotic fluid or umbilical cord is used. It is not living stem cells. You will not get living stem cells unless they are extracted at the time of the treatment. I can't emphasize that enough. People are wasting money all over the metro areas online.
What have you done? You said you're going to Florida or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not on the 5th, right? That's all I care about. But that's not next week, right?
All different.
I should be here anyhow, but we have something getting delivered to the house.
They're getting a fight in a sushi restaurant about what.
I'm hoping they give me the afternoon.
They're like yellow fish.
Yeah.
It's a tuna. It's a white fish. It's not even in the same family, you know. But they don't know either. They're like, well, it's a much. I don't know what it is. It's fish.
That's right. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
They had branded theirs as artificial intelligence. How you see it.
It's I'm not sure if you heard me, Dr. Dean Jones is doing a seminar out in Western.
They actually do this.
Well, do you want to go do a live video and call them out in front of everybody?
I'll
tell you what, we're calling it.
We'll get, I think really what we do is put a wig on you and shit, for real.
Well,
because he'll notice you, there's no doubt about it.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I have a question for Gigi Wing from Wink & Wink Bankruptcy Attorneys. A charge-off in bankruptcy, not in bankruptcy, excuse me, a charge-off. If you hear that something has been charged off by a creditor, does that mean, and it's a really big bill looming over you, does that mean you don't have to do a bankruptcy? Does it mean they won't come after you? What does it mean?
I think it really just means that the lending institution has taken a tax write-off.
Right. That's exactly. That doesn't mean they will stop coming after you. In fact, some take charge-offs and then sell that debt. And then the collector comes and people say, "Oh no, you can't come after me. That's been charged off." Oh, they can come after you.
They can.
Yep.
Well, we got a 1099 on this though.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, that's a 1099.
But it's not slam dunk.
No.
It's not black and white.
Here's why. A 1099 is income. And it's income, you got a special 1099 for forgiven debt. Okay? That's what it means, or charged off. However, we've had cases where collectors go after that consumer for that debt. When that consumer makes a payment, they then go back and they can amend that year or bring that 1099 forward and as a deduction. They can do that against what they paid. It all will come out in the end, but it by no means at all frees people up, and that's the big mistake people make. They think it's free.
Yes, it's crazy though that
because charge-off sounds like
cancellation of debt. It's gone.
Now, and also okay, so
but it truly is money you're receiving. Well, you know what I'm saying. No. Should be paid taxes on it.
If it's uncollectible, but if now they're saying it's canceled as to us, but we've sold it to a collector,
to somebody else.
Someone who's buying a bunch of
I would find it
debt.
Listen, I would not put it past them to resurrect it at a future time. They have 6 years to do that.
That sounds like a double dip.
But it's not, because they took a deduction, right?
Right.
Now they take income. If they get paid back, they take income because they took a deduction. If they didn't take a deduction, it simply goes back to their accounts receivable. That's just the way it works in taxes. So they're not actually double dipping. Now, if they got that money back and did not claim it as income, it would be double dipping because they both got the deduction and the money. So this is one big thing to learn. Charge-offs are not relief. Now, I will say this. About 90% of the time, they are. I mean,
I agree.
I mean, they really are, especially when they issue a 1099. I mean, you can pretty much bet that they're saying, we can't get it back.
Yes.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Sandra is another one that got in touch with us, and we called her back. Sandra, what's happening?
Well, I kind of got scammed, and I know you're going to say stupid.
Oh, no, I won't. What happened?
Well, this business partner that I had known for 15 years, and we've been in several businesses, said, oh, I found this group that if you pay them a fee, they will pay off your credit card for you.
For what? What was the reason given that they would pay off the credit card?
Well, you pay them a fee. It's a business.
But why would they? Okay. So in other words, you pay them a certain amount, and they pay more to pay off your credit card.
Correct.
And you know that doesn't sound right? I mean, like if I owe 10 grand and I pay someone 1,000, they're going to take care of the 10,000.
Right.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Stupid.
So, and actually, on one credit card, they did totally pay it off.
Wait. They did? You paid them what? What fee did you pay?
I cannot remember, like $1,000.
And what did they pay off? Okay, and what did they?
Done it.
No, I understand. You paid 1,000, and what did they pay off?
Well, this is where on the one credit card they paid off a $7,000 debt.
Wow. Well, hold on. That's one of the smartest scams in the world, because you're paying 1,000. All of a sudden, they make that $7,000 go away. You have to think, wow, this is cool. So what happened?
Well, when they tried to do the Wells Fargo card, Wells Fargo wouldn't accept the payments. And I started...
Wait. Why would Wells Fargo not accept a payment?
I don't know. And the payments were coming from one account was... I just was looking it up before you guys called me back. Was from Chase Bank. One was from... some other bank.
What's the name of this firm that says they'll pay off your credit cards for pennies on the dollar?
I just found it. It's IceFog Hackers. If you want to look them up, it's IceFog Hackers.
Like
blogspot.com.
Okay, ho. Ice as in ice cubes.
ICEFOG hackers.blogspot.com.
Okay, did that throw up any flags that they're called hackers?
Well, they call themselves professional hackers. They're all over the internet.
Wait,
it's not like they're hiding.
So are they saying that they are tricking these creditors or actually paying these creditors?
They are paying the creditors.
But okay, you were in business, right, Sandra? So you know this doesn't make sense. Why would I pay your credit card bill of $7,000 for a $1,000 fee? That puts me in the hole $6,000 plus my time. Why would I do that?
I don't know. I mean, the fee might have been a little bit more. It was 2 years ago. I can't really.
Okay, but still, it doesn't make sense. But if this Ice Fog Hackers has that offer, we need to put them in touch with the Treasury, the U.S. government. But anyway, what's happening now?
Well, when Wells Fargo didn't accept it, it went from the card has $16,000 limit on it. There was a $13,000 or $14,000 balance on it. All of a sudden, I owe Wells Fargo $35,000.
Hold on. You had how much on it? This was a credit card with Wells Fargo, right?
Correct.
And how much was on there when you approached Ice Fog?
So these guys approached. Well, my business partner.
Right.
There was only a $13,000 balance on it.
How much was the balance? Did you say?
$13,000.
Okay, and they were going to pay it off.
Yes.
And then you ended up, instead of them paying it off, you ended up with what balance?
$35,000.
Okay, so that's probably the entire scam. They lure you into thinking they're helping you, and then they get access to your accounts, and they use your credit.
Well, when I asked Wells Fargo, they said, well, because they would pay like $5,000 at a time. So they paid $5,000, and then Wells Fargo rejected it. So then they claim that made it $10,000.
That made what $10,000?
Well, that when the hacker tried to pay $5,000,
right?
Then Wells Fargo denied it.
Yeah.
So Wells Fargo said that equals $10,000.
What? I don't understand. What do you mean that equals $10,000? I don't get it. You're not making.
Either. That's what Wells Fargo.
So Wells Fargo, hold on. So Wells Fargo said, if you try to pay us $5,000, not only will we reject the $5,000, but we will put $10,000 on your balance.
Well, there was the $5,000 that they rejected, and then they put the $5,000 back, so they said that equaled $10,000.
Okay, see, I don't understand anything you're saying. Honest to God, I'm trying to.
I don't, believe me, Tom, I don't understand.
No, I know, but
I have asked Wells
I'm not
Fargo
blaming you.
Times,
Sandra, I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you. I'm just trying to figure this out. The $5,000 they wanted to pay to Wells Fargo, that $5,000, where was that coming from?
Bank account that they had in Chase Manhattan.
Okay, so they said we are going to pay $5,000 from our account to Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo said no.
Right.
Then somehow, not only did they reject the $5,000, they added another $5,000 to your account.
Correct.
To put you $5,000 more in debt.
Correct.
Well, that doesn't make sense. Who is telling you this happened?
Wells Fargo.
Do you have a contact at Wells Fargo?
Not anymore. I talked to a lady, one of the people in the
what are you thinking, Gigi?
She hired a computer hacking organization to try to BS this Wells Fargo payment. It was never real. They're hackers. Look at the Blogspot.
These people even claim to be able to go back to like Mark's high school and give him passing grades.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
what you did was hire an entity to do something illegal on your behalf.
Okay.
And so who knows how?
Okay, that's exactly
but
what
that's the real issue.
So really, what's happening is Wells Fargo was hip to them and shut them down as far as your account goes. However, I don't understand why you got another $5,000 added to your account. That's the part we don't understand. So right now, Wells Fargo says you owe them $30-something thousand.
Yes.
And here's what really happened. Ice Fog hackers used your line of credit. That's how they did it.
That's what I think too.
You need to go see Gigi.
No, seriously, Sandra, they took money out of your account or off of your credit line. That's exactly what they did. They scammed you. I mean, it's so easy. Do you have a number for Ice Fog? How did you talk to them, or do you write to them, or how?
My business partner somehow came up with them. We used to talk to them through Hangouts, and I do have that all archived. Plus, I do have an email address for both him and his partner. He has another guy.
They have stuff on their website, how to break into someone's computer, how to do this, how to do that.
He used to have a Google Plus account, and because Google Plus is going away, he ended it. But he used to have videos up there, YouTube videos, how to erase your police record.
Well, did you check them? I mean, did you check them out before you paid them?
I didn't, because I assumed my business partner had done that.
Oh, my God.
Since he was the one that
put him on or her on.
Now, what does your business partner say about this now?
Well, now he when my mother's account got shut down, he said, "Oh my God, we've been scammed." He thought this was legitimate too, and then he said, "Oh my God, we got scammed," and then we ceased communication with these people. But these hacker guys came back to me last spring, and that's how I got
the Wells Fargo
IP and all that stuff. And I tried to give it to Wells Fargo.
What is Wells Fargo doing about the money you owe?
Telling me that I owe them $35,000.
Can you get a history of that account? Yes, you can. I'm not asking. I know you can. Did you get a history on that account?
Well, just what was online. And
you need a transaction history of ins and outs. I want to know, because at some point there's going to be an ACH out or several from them. They're hacking you.
I have emails from Wells Fargo that said
emails.
Did you listen? Did you need to get literally your account activity? Okay, Sandra, trust me, okay? Your account activity, and you print it out or you make a PDF, and we need to see it. Now, did these scammers ask you for obviously for account numbers, right?
Yeah, and see, this is Wells Fargo.
Did they ask for your Social Security number?
No.
Okay, they had obviously enough information on you to just basically be you online. That's what they did. You do know that, right?
They asked originally for how to get into...
All right, hold on. I'll come back. And Sandra, this is stupid. Okay, I have to admit that. It is. I'm not calling you stupid, but this whole scheme... Oh, my goodness. You walked into it. 303-713-TALK.
She was trying to scam her own company.
To sound like a legitimate...
So I would assume they originally paid the other card off with funds from Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
And then you said, oh, wow, that worked.
Yeah. It's all... Yeah.
How can you think that's even legitimate?
Mark, how would you change the spot I did yesterday?
Which one?
On Paradigm. I'm doing it right now.
Do the
How would
same
you change it? I would.
But there's some curiosity.
I'd push the loan more. Just the best loan. You don't pay, it's simple interest versus I'd push the shit out of the loan. And then once all this is done, the loan is going to make the problem. The loan is your best product. I mean, it really is.
She sells dogs or some damn thing.
Who sells dogs?
This lady, this dumb lady.
This is really...
Well, and here's the problem. The business was failing, right? That's why they were
No,
trying
she said it was her
hack
mother.
away their debt.
Her mother, 94-year-old mother, had all this, and she was doing it for
Well, that's good if it's her mom.
Oh, yeah.
Really
Her mom
good.
might be judgment-free.
Okay. There is a way to pay off your mortgage. Now, it's smart and simple. Nothing like these scams you hear on the air. This is smart and simple. You get control of the equity and use it wisely after that. Okay, first of all, it's my bank, my loan, my way. Either as a first or even a second if you have a first you love. And that my bank, my loan, my way lets every dime you have in the bank work for you because it counts as a pay down of your balance while it's in the bank, which lowers your interest. Once you pay off your home or while you're paying off your home, they also help you to use that equity for other things instead of credit cards, and how to make smart investments and how to plan for retirement. The whole system is wonderful. Why don't you call and get a meeting or attend one of the seminars It's the Paradigm Group. My Bank, My Loan, My Way, plus a bunch of financial tools that you can use to build wealth. 720-931-6560. 720-931-6560.
Always like coming in here, feeling free to go on to any of these hacker sites on the computers, you know.
Go on the dark
I
web.
have radio computers.
Yeah,
Go on the dark web.
absolutely.
I didn't even get it.
I'm afraid to even email these guys because they'll get the .com.
Hell yeah.
They can get into troubleshooter.com.
Like
and
it's
slash
foreign.
all.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
do shit with
No,
it.
these hackers can do shit. It's amazing how they can burrow into your website. It's amazing.
Did you order that VR helmet?
No, no, oh, no, no. Yeah, we do that. Because I want to try to get it as soon as possible.
You should have it by, if you order it today, you'll have it Saturday.
Now that would be awesome.
But who could even think you pay $1,000 and they'll pay $7,000 off on a credit card?
What's wrong with it?
It's so
It's a great
bad.
business model.
I love that business model. It's
I
another
love that
great business
model.
You would think that would even be, I mean,
She, or her business
our
partner.
business.
Oh.
It's like the, yeah.
What is it called? VR Mark? What is it called? Oculus?
Yes, OCULUS.
Oculus what?
Oculus Go, and get the one for
Standalone virtual reality headset.
$249.
I got it for $199 here.
No, you want the 64 though.
Why? Tell me why.
Because if you're downloading stuff to watch like on an airplane or anywhere, you're going to want more storage space. That's the only reason.
Okay.
It's worth $49 more bucks.
Just shy of getting approved.
Okay, you're sure that one?
Yeah,
Now,
it's
what
just like
is this Rift
Getting
Touch
one step
virtual
closer.
reality?
If you get into games and shit, that's just a different one.
On your
I don't see you
financial goals.
using anything.
Affordable
Okay,
homeownership
all right.
is within reach. It just takes a 10-minute call to the salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing.
Oh, this is so exciting! It really is exciting. This
Cool
is,
stuff.
it is so cool. I bought one where you put your phone in it and it sucks.
Yeah,
Nothing.
no, right.
This is
There's a
fantastic.
little arcade in Louisville that has pinball and old school stuff, but now they have a VR game
Okay, I'm gonna
room.
put in anything.
Yeah, it
As
looks
soon as
cool.
I
I
want
was at a
shipping
party
as
this
soon as
summer, and there
possible.
was
Where
a
is it?
single person
So
smoking.
what do?
Even in my
Monday,
own home, I had
Saturday,
designated
Saturday, I'm gonna
space
do
to
it.
smoke.
Friday,
Friday,
Don't you have
that's tomorrow.
It was
Do
really
you not have
wonderful.
Prime?
I said, why
Well, then you'll
wouldn't
get it
you
Prime will be
try
Saturday.
no, it
Cool.
doesn't say.
No?
I have Prime, and it says
Not
that
all.
Monday is free,
And so I went
Saturday
out
is an
and
extra $10.
Not all
I'm Prime.
products are Prime
Let me tell
eligible.
you, you gotta, all of us, it's a big dinner at Dr. Gene Jones.
I don't think
Mark,
it's
this is unbelievable.
But at least we get a steak
I
dinner.
bought a professional system.
Where is it?
Yeah, I saw it for Christmas or something.
Where's the steak dinner?
Right, there's like a hole in the, oh, that's nice.
But there's still a reason why Oculus is still selling those ones with towers and HTC. There's got to be a difference. Why do they have those complicated systems? Plus,
For
we had to buy,
suckers.
no. Plus, we had to buy a big computer to run it, and it's a gaming thing, and you walk through an environment.
Yeah.
But his looks just as good as that one did. But I don't understand
Next
why you
generation.
have these 4 towers to
Right.
make a grid.
Right.
Maybe you can't move in that
Yeah,
world.
it might be the, yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You know, we talked about ideal home loans, but if you're looking for a home, looking to buy or sell, you will do no better than Frank Duran, 303-920-1622. He does proactive marketing. This is important in real estate, not to just list, but to have someone actively sell and then know how to go through those offers and get the highest price. 303-920-1622, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Okay, so Sandra really got scammed. These people are just flat-out hackers. They just tell you, they come right out and say, we're hackers. We'll get rid of your credit cards. We'll fix anything you want. We'll get into emails. We can hack into anything. You know, you pay us and we're going to pay off your credit cards. They never, ever, ever even purport to be legit. They come right out and say, for $1,000 or for this much money, we're going to hack into the system, and we are going to change your balance. Sandra, they don't pretend to do anything except hack. And that one $7,000 credit account that went away, it was hacked. It was not even probably legal. Well, I know it's not legal if it's hacked. What was that $7,000 they paid off?
It was a U.S. Bank credit card.
Now, U.S. Bank, I don't know when they're going to discover it. Maybe they never do. But you basically... Huh?
Almost 2 years.
Wow. And they paid off a $7,000 account for $1,000.
Yeah.
But they came back, and instead of helping you with Wells Fargo, they withdrew more money. In fact, you had a $13,000 balance. They withdrew 20, or 22. So you have their $22,000.
They waited 2 years to strike. Is that what I?
No. They did. It was 2 years ago when they contacted her.
Got it.
And then, so Wells Fargo has been trying to get you for how long?
Well, since June of 17.
Now listen, I heard you say something about your mom. Is this actually your mom's account?
Yes, but I have power of attorney because she's...
Okay, hold on. Power of attorney doesn't make you personally responsible.
Well, no, they're not coming after me personally. They're coming after my mom.
Well, that's good. How old's your mom?
96.
Gigi, tell me about a 96-year-old person.
Yeah, well, usually they're judgment proof unless they own real estate or, some other...
Does she own anything?
Attachable assets.
Yes, we own 5 acres in the middle of Colorado Springs.
You mean like commercial stuff?
Who's we?
No, it's residential.
And what do you mean we?
Horses.
What do you mean we?
Well, it's her. She owns it, but I live here and I'm her caretaker.
Okay, how much equity?
I don't. The county assessor says it's 500-some thousand, but we could sell it for way more than that.
You can. And how many? What loan do you have on it?
It's paid off.
Okay, how old is she?
96.
Here's what I tell you to do. I'm going to tell you what to do. And if you don't do it, that's fine, but I'm going to tell you what I would do. I would have my mom right now get a reverse loan. She's old. She has a ton of equity. I'd get the largest reverse loan you can. Do you want to know why? Because they're going to immediately put a lien on your home for 125%. Therefore, they take precedent. And then no one can attach after it. Now, if there's no judgment against her right now, she's going to be free and clear. Because she doesn't even need credit. So she can go and get this with that lingering out there. Once it's recorded, there's a lien for 125% the value of that home. And there's no downside because you don't have to fund it. You don't have to take a dime. You just have it there. It's a line of credit.
Now, somebody told me that if I go to Experian and say freeze credit scores, that they can't sell the debt to anybody?
That's nonsense.
Oh, that is so... Man, Sandra, you really hear a lot of...
I'll tell you what, this was a guy that used to be in finance, and he showed me...
Well, he's an idiot, okay? Sandra, I can't... What can I tell you? He's an idiot.
No.
It's the same kind of idiot that tells people if you give away a gift more than $14,000, you have to pay taxes. It's the same kind of thing that people tell people because they heard it somewhere. It's just all wrong. You've put a freeze on your credit. It doesn't hamstring and it doesn't tie up anyone for anything on their paper. They can sell the paper. They can do anything they want with it. Why would a credit freeze on your account even matter? It doesn't. So listen, I told you what to do, Sandra. That's what you do. Seriously. And if you don't, they're going to have a judgment on that home. Okay? And they can force a sale.
Or negotiate the hell out of it.
Yeah, I would negotiate crap until I did this. Once that equity is tied up and they see there is nothing they can take, that's when you negotiate. Not when they have a $500,000 or more asset sitting out there free and clear.
How about if they quit claimed it to the daughter?
No. That because they could say that's fraud, fraudulent transfer. But getting a loan is not. Because you're just getting a loan. So, see, that's weird. Jacob, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tom? I keep getting these calls from local phone numbers, and I answer them because I'm thinking, well, maybe it's...
I know. They spoof these numbers. I'm getting them all the time, and they're trying to sell me what they call generic Viagra.
Generic Viagra.
Viagra. That's what they call it.
they're not trying to sell me that. It's a recorded message, and it basically says, hey, this is about your car warranty, blah, blah, blah. Say yes if you want to speak to a representative. And I never say yes. I say, who is this? And then it automatically hangs up. So I'm thinking it's a scam. They want me to
I don't think
yes,
it is.
right?
I think it's a solicitation. Now, if you can call that a scam, but there are refis all the time soliciting business.
Oh, I got you. Okay,
I mean,
listen,
there's nothing wrong with solicitations. They're just a pain in the ass. And if you're on a no-call list and they know it, there's something wrong, but no one's enforcing it. So, Jacob...
Okay, so they're not trying to get my voice on recording saying yes to get me...
Well, some do that, but they've gone way beyond that now. Way beyond that. Why? They don't even need a recording. They'll just say, you did it. So, Jacob... Just do this. Don't answer calls you don't know. This is all I can tell people. That's how you shut them down. There are some apps that are pretty good, but even they don't work really.
This report is sponsored by...
Yeah, but it's terrible because there's stupid
Better
people
cancel
too.
all the rest of your plans for the weekend, Tom.
Well, I got my kids this week.
Yeah, I know what you're doing with them. Virtual reality.
But I can't shut them down. Well,
It's going to be fun.
I got the daddy-daughter dance.
Yeah.
That is, well, yeah.
That's this weekend?
Well, that's really where, here's
That's
what happens
awesome.
at a daddy-daughter dance.
Yeah.
We get there, see you, hon.
Yeah.
All the dads are
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what the hell?
yeah. It's true. I'm
But
sure.
here's even worse for me. I'm with a bunch of kids,
Yeah.
and then younger kids. The younger kids are at the dance,
Yeah.
and the other kids are the fathers. And I'm talking to these guys about, hey man, I mountain biked this path yesterday.
Yeah, you're right.
Awesome.
You're right. Bring a bottle with you. Takes a little numbing.
Okay, shh. The $39 people. That means you can get your furnace completely clean, checked, and refurbished for $39. And it's not just a look. It truly is a refurbishing and a no breakdown guarantee. And it's just $39. Give them a call, 720-526-3939. Truly the deal that you won't believe. When you see what they do, you won't believe it. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com.
iHeartRadio makes it simple to find a podcast for whatever
Good.
topic interests you. And the hottest topic right now, true crime. So, iHeartRadio declares this week True Crime Podcast Week. Get ready to discover something
That call.
The lady?
I just can't.
No, she is.
They're making a payment. No, they're not.
People are stupid.
I scammers.
They found a lot when it hurt.
She wrote this
Sounds
big
like
letter,
a
and I
business
was talking to her,
card
and then
going
afterwards I
through.
said, I just don't understand it.
Gullible.
You really
You
think?
ever run into Larry Brown?
The Raleigh House is all about
Not much.
recovery and
I
information.
feel like
The number I'm giving
no.
you now is
Not.
not to
I mean,
sell
I
you
know.
on
What is
it is
it?
an
Do you
information.
see that what he said about
No.
that Gambino guy?
That's what I
No.
thought. That's right.
Right there, you're reading it.
On the internet?
Here.
You talking about Childish Gambino?
The one where, anyway, he says Michael Cohen, he goes into prison, and get whacked.
Because inmates love Trump and hate rats.
It's true, they hate him.
Well, in the federal system, they'll do
I
it.
was married.
Well, what's his name in the federal, the Whitey Bulger?
Bulger.
Bulger? They transferred him, he got whacked in like a day.
How long you got?
And he was in a wheelchair.
He did?
Yeah, they
How did he
beat
get
him.
whacked?
They beat him up.
He was
So he was in a wheelchair too.
Yeah, he was a rat big time.
Yeah.
A rat fake.
And then
Can you believe there's someone called Childish Gambino?
I think you're right. I bet that guy.
And Childish
Okay.
Gambino is the
Yep.
son of Danny Glover.
That's yeah. So you know that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
singer.
I know
And an
I'm in
actor.
trouble.
That's
but
right. That's the way it
weirdo.
is.
I like how he
But,
walked
you know,
out.
for all my PI stuff, when I involved bankruptcy, I just
Trump, or you mean
remarried
with,
on the other
That's
side,
great.
and we just, you know,
Yeah.
man, he's put on some weight, hasn't
more
he?
often than not, we will do
He's
the
living well.
Smallest, longest,
file
and
the very
fastest
next day or
roller
just depending. I mean, the timing of everything.
Yeah.
Is it Vegas?
Yeah.
And it's always worked well for us. But I just think you're crazy that as a PI lawyer would never do that.
Where is he?
You know,
I do gotta say the Democrats did this to take off and bought the Korean
motion 12 years ago, but
Canada. Well, there's one I'll never go.
yeah, I know he's still around, but
Yeah, I've definitely seen his
Vancouver?
name
Why would anybody
filings. But I don't think
Because you can, they got the safe injection sites.
where I see the other.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, Larry's got to be getting on up there.
Did Denver get rid of that whole
Yeah.
stupid idea?
What Denver? What idea? Free injection sites?
No.
Is it dead?
There's a
for
way
sure?
to take a step back.
This would be pretty cool, that VR.
You talk to people though,
Yes.
there's a lot of people who say, oh, it's a good idea.
Yes. It's like
Who?
people just keep
We
it
haven't
out of
met
their
one.
way.
Really?
And here, we've asked everybody. Did you ever hear one person say it was a good idea?
Safe injection sites, good idea, bad idea?
Safe injection site?
Yeah.
For what?
We're going to shoot up
For
heroin in
drugs.
Denver.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good idea, bad idea?
I would not be in favor
They're
of
safe though.
having it anywhere near
They're
my
safe.
You didn't hear it was called safe.
It's safe, don't you hear, safe?
Just because it's next to your office doesn't mean it's not safe.
Well, it gives me great comfort to know that they're getting safe needles to inject themselves with illegal drugs.
Well, they're getting safe plates, not just the needles, the safe plates.
That's safe place.
So if they overdose, they'll be right there to,
Think of all the business you could get.
yeah.
I can think of none.
No, there's
A lot
no
of
business you can get for that.
Oh,
I had,
They'll give
you know what
the
that makes
business.
me think of? I woke up one morning,
Why did they have them?
went to work, and the sun came up, and there's three like homeless people sleeping on my front lawn. Okay.
Did you like it?
No, I did not.
Hello?
And actually, as the day began to unfold, they were part of a group that was sleeping in a car. So there were like two people in the car and two people laying in sleeping bags on the front lawn. And they were doing, like, people would drive up on bicycles and buy drugs out of the car window. They like stick money through a slot, they'd stick something out the slot, and then they'd go back to sleep. And we eventually just got tired of this shit and called the cops. And it happened to be, I'll never forget, what is it,
420.
420. And
Oh,
so
geez.
the whole freaking Denver police
Oh, yeah,
force is
they're busy.
downtown,
They're busy.
you know,
Smoking dope.
smoking. Yeah.
Sure.
So eventually two detectives showed up. That was the only people they could get to come out to this call. And they start talking to these people, and they're talking to me. It's like, what do you want to do with them? I'm like, just tell them to leave.
Yeah.
I don't need them arrested or cited for anything. Just tell them to leave. And one guy's like, fuck you. The guy's like,
The detective said that?
no, one of the dudes. So they're like,
Hi, Tom Martino here,
from
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, what can we do for you? Give us a call. We'll try to help you. We do have a follow-up, Dan, on Dream Style. Does that make sense? Does that ring a bell to you, Dano? He's on the phone, wants to know what the hell you're doing for him.
Yes, I told him and said he's got to pay this off. He owes it.
He does owe
Yeah,
it. What does he owe? Let's talk to Tim. Hey, Tim, let's really see if I agree with this. Let's frame this from the beginning. Go ahead, Tim.
Okay, and the payoff here is I...
Well, let's talk from the very beginning. You called about what, Tim?
All right, I signed a contract for $15,999 on December the 6th.
$15,999. Okay, and what is it for?
For a 4x4, 8-foot high shower room.
15 for 16 grand. A shower, or was it the whole bath?
It's a shower. It's a
shower. What is it? What's Mark? You go what? That's a lot of money, man. I had my. You know what? I had my whole bathroom.
Nice custom bathroom's going to be over 60.
This is just the shower. Mark.
Shower door.
4x.
Okay. Now,
4x8. Wait. What do you mean shower door?
Isn't it just for the shower doors?
No, it's a complete shower.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when you say complete, is this the backer board and everything?
Yes, backboard, sideboard.
And what is it? What are you putting up there? Granite? Are you putting tile or what?
It's a tile.
Okay. And did you pay this in full?
We offered to pay half down and half when they finished, and they wouldn't take it.
Where'd you find the contractor?
The contractor is, we got an advertisement out of the paper on it. It advertises in the, they advertise in the value pack.
Mm-hmm.
We answered that ad.
Okay.
They feature all Kohler.
Gotcha. Okay. So you went to Value Pack, you found him, you called him, they come to the house, and you sign a contract. Did they do the job?
No. We called, we signed the contract on the 13th.
Of what?
Of December.
December 13th. That gave you 3 days, if it was signed in your home, 3 days to back out. But We're talking about only in-home contracts and other ones under certain circumstances. I don't want people saying, Martino just said we have a 3-day right to rescind. That 3-day right to rescind would be a Saturday. Saturday does count, Sunday does not. So what happened?
Well, we rescinded the contract.
In writing?
Registered letters to Dream Style.
Yeah, had to be delivered by the 15th.
When did you?
Delivered on February 6th.
Well, that's.
Well, wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute. You just heard me say 3 days, right?
Yes, I heard you say that.
Now, but hold on though. He didn't start the job. Why did so on in February it still wasn't started?
No, it was not started.
And so you sent a letter of cancellation February 6th.
Yes.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then they complained a lot. But I want to take in the meantime here from the 13th on, they called us not less than 3 times.
To do what?
To come out and finalize the deal.
Well, when you say finalize, what do you mean by that?
I don't know what that means. That's
what
they said when they called.
Okay, did you have a signed contract?
Yes, we have a signed contract.
Then what was to finalize, do you know?
Don't have any idea.
I don't have any idea either.
Now, on page 4 and 5 of the contract, we have stipulated that we have to have a standard handrail with a brass finish.
What does that have to do with anything?
That has to do with what we insisted on having.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with cancellation? That has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. How?
They told us they could not do it. They told us that they had to look around for it.
But okay, that doesn't give you a right to get out of the whole contract.
We're
and first
the contract
of all,
so you can
okay, we listen. We'll have somebody look at it. We'll look at it. Hold on. This is very interesting. Okay. I hope we can help you get out of it. I hope we can. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. John Fuller, personalinjuryco.com. If you want to look him up, and then you can ask questions, and then Gigi Wink, winkandwink.com. Pro Auto Care is my car nanny. Not only do they keep track of what I need and when I need it, they email me reminders. Then will supply me with records whenever I need them. Oh, Alaronis.
We put on the schedule all your maintenance of what we put in your car.
Get your nanny on. Get Pro Auto Care. 2 locations, Denver and Littleton. 303-PRO-AUTO.
You gonna go flying?
Yes.
I'm gonna do my hot tub. I've been putting it off.
I really want to fly. I think it
303-PRO-AUTO.
The unemployment rate.
I was gonna do it yesterday. It was 29 degrees out, man. I'm like,
It's nice out today.
yeah, 50 plus.
Yeah.
And then it's supposed to get cold as hell again.
Yeah.
This last 3-4 weeks have been pretty damn cold.
Yes, it has. It's going to be 12 degrees high on Sunday, according to my app.
You guys doing any restaurant week stuff, you and Mike?
No.
Oh, you guys.
Well, he just went to Syracuse last weekend for the Duke game to surprise his mom.
Oh.
He's from Syracuse, so his brother lives there, and his whole family.
From my dad graduated college.
Yeah. So he flew out the weekend before. We were in Keystone with my mom, and then Mike went to Syracuse. So this weekend is like just chill. Just want to chill out.
We've hit probably, I want to say 5 restaurants, 6 so far.
Yeah? What's your favorite so far?
So far, Harry's. I love Harry's though.
What?
Harry's.
Where's that?
Park Meadow.
Down south. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I don't drive that
We
far.
have Del Frisco's tomorrow.
Nice.
I forget who Saturday.
How fun.
We go to a ton of them.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
I like that.
We went to some
I still
Merlot.
have a 13-year-old.
Eddie Merlot's, that was good.
When this guy's all asked for his follow-up, here's the stuff.
He's coming back on.
Okay. So the big thing is, he signed this, all this stuff for this loan. And he's pissed off because they put this loan.
Well, they still like me.
So basically, this Dream Style sells the loan to this Green Sky.
So he owes it to Green Sky.
He owes the Green Sky. Then they canceled it and stuff. But
23.
and when they cancel it, now they're going to charge him $9,000.
Oh, so this other place already got paid. The contractor got paid.
Probably.
By Green Sky.
Probably.
He owes Green Sky the money. So he's really screwed.
But and then he said, well, I didn't want a loan or whatever.
Just in our own world, right? Living in
by December 15th of this year, he doesn't owe anything.
What's that?
And
How
He's just an old fucker that is pissed off because they sent this green sky thing.
Why doesn't he just get it finished? Why doesn't he just get the work done?
Because he's pissed off at it.
Boy and then a 13.
He's going to be screwed.
So we're really
That's what I
still
told him.
in the.
I said, you're welcome to call, and that's another thing I told him. If you're going to call
Explain that part of the time, because that's a big
everybody-
missing piece.
I told him, I said, if you're going to call, let me know, I'll bring this paperwork up.
Summer and you got to take the SAT. Just not fun. Not a fan.
God, this is
I am a fan, but it's a little impressive. But someday, I'll be a restaurant.
Reported last Vietnam early today, President Trump called it a fake hearing, also questioning the timing during his summit with him. This is Fox News.
She's in a PhD program.
Hey guys, don't mind me as I interrupt your radio program. It's Sue Cosby, sexual health expert on men's performance.
Isn't that nice?
Let us know.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me know how it works out.
Yeah. How long does she anticipate that will take? Because it seems to be variable.
It's,
Does this Knox ritual really work?
it's 3 years.
Okay.
But
There's nothing better than Knox.
one of that is the master's level, and then I think the actual doctoral issue is just 2 years.
Okay.
So
as long as you get everything done.
Rick, I'm right here.
That's how long it takes.
Right here.
they do
Rick,
things a little different in the sense that
And take advantage
there's some company that they're talking about, or talking to, that may bring them on as kind of a, I don't want to say internship, but kind of a prolonged internship. Go shoulder some of the tuition expenses.
Hey, Tom, that's all the paperwork on there.
I don't know if that adds time
So,
to it.
what he's angry about is they
Yeah.
sold to Green Sky. After he signed it, they sold it to Green Sky. Green Sky is a company apparently that's
Did it say
a
they
sister
can sign
company.
it?
He signed it.
Did they say they could have signed it
Right about
in the contract? Is there an assignment clause?
and that'll be the
I don't know about that, but he signed
Well,
the Green Sky.
I understand, but is the Green Sky is the new one?
the MRS.
No, no, no.
Sky is the loan company.
Yes.
Green, he signed a credit app. Green Sky actually paid the contractor. This guy owes Green Sky $16 grand.
Apparently, Green Sky is a sister company or daughter company of Green Sky. Right, exactly.
I mean, as far as finance,
Right.
if he signs one, it's generic usually.
And here's his
I was
really
99
saying about his
2000
cancellation
to get
letter there and stuff that he canceled it.
So he was never planning on being a practicing attorney like he is now. He went into venture capital after, which is how.
But he's mad because they signed it to Green Sky, but he owes no interest.
Okay,
economy
he signed
blew up.
what to Green
They're
Sky?
like,
Okay, this
listen,
loan
Tell
act.
me what you're talking
The loan
about.
act.
What? Okay,
The loan
and then
act.
the loan act was
Well,
sold.
we're both still
Right,
in
that's how I look at it.
No, 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 it wasn't. No, you're making this too difficult. They went to his house. They signed a contract.
The contractor did.
The contractor did. In that contract, there was also a financing option, okay? He got qualified for the financing. That's why they didn't take any money, okay? The finance company paid the contractor the 16 grand. This guy now owes the finance company 16 grand. No one signed anything, knows what I'm saying. There's no assigning.
But he's mad because they did this to Green Sky, even though he doesn't owe any interest rate unless he doesn't pay by December 15th of this year. And he's willing to pay 50% now when they do it. He charged. No, he doesn't. He's just mad now because they signed it to Green Sky.
Our angle is we take good care of everything.
No. So Green Sky now sent him a thing saying that he owes.
That's the finance
Right,
company. It's not the contractor.
Right, but the contractor did that to Green Sky, and he's mad because they did that.
I guess so you're saying he didn't realize he was getting financed.
Exactly.
Although he signed all the paperwork to get financed.
And he's a finance guy.
And now he's pissed that he has a
So
loan.
he wants to cancel it
That's
all.
good.
But he doesn't owe the contractor any money
We do a lot of things.
because the contractor already got paid.
They last a long time.
He said, he tried to cancel it because they didn't have the right type of plumbing fixtures, he said.
But Mike's really good
And
at
I
it.
said, well, okay, do that, you make
They are more
Exactly. And I said, have them do it, and then if they can't do the right type of plumbing, then the small claims court. But he says, they're gonna hit you.
What you do is you make.
So he's good at that, and a lot of it is just negotiation.
This is a good topic.
It's about life.
Oh, Dano. What's that? I just can't believe that you could tell John where he got his shoes from.
Oh, John's been through this a million goddamn times.
Or Gigi.
No, stop!
I mean, Gigi.
He can tell. Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. They'll make your life easier. This hour brought to you by them. I love great companies. We promote great companies. That's why we have some great guests every day on the show. One Clear Choice Garage Doors, free inspections. But listen, this is what's really important when I say free inspections. You've got to be very careful when you're buying a place, okay? You have to be sure of what you're getting. You need to do a whole house inspection, not just garage doors. They do garage doors when you're living there because they want to be your company. They don't want to just go out on spec. That's why they do it. They're hoping they find something wrong, but they'll never make it up. One thing you'll know, they'll be there night and day, 24/7 if you have an emergency. 303-565-6409. New openers start at just $333 with Wi-Fi technology, time to close feature, all that. Listen, here's the moral of the story of this show, okay? Do things right. And it's so easy to do things right. We have a case now that is really black and white, if you think about it. But Tim, I believe, has good intentions. I mean, in other words, he thinks he did things right, and the contractors thinks they did things right. Did you, by the way, Dano, check out the contractor as far as ratings and all that, just to see reviews and all that?
They're, I don't know, not too good, not too bad, average.
But here's the bottom line. They advertised in Value Pack. Tim had him come out and give an estimate for some bathroom work in the shower. And they gave him an estimate, $15,999. He signed a contract. I have the contract in front of me. In the contract, he filled out financing information and actually authorized financing. He signed everything. The contractor actually got paid in full. That's what happens when you sign contracting arrangements. Usually the contractor gets paid. Now the contractor's paid in full from the finance company. Now the finance company is coming after Tim for payment. Tim believes he shouldn't have to pay because he canceled. Tim had 3 days to cancel for two reasons. Under federal law, door-to-door sales have a 3-day right to rescind, or if you meet someone in a place other than their normal place of doing business, I'm giving you information, not advice on what you do in your case, or anyone. They also have a 3-day right to rescind. What's the second reason? You know why? Because his house was being used as collateral in the financing. Whenever you put your house up for collateral, there's a 3-day right to rescind, and there's a door-to-door sales. But now it's not 3 plus 3, it's concurrent, 3 days.
Primary residence.
Yes, primary residence. So, he did not rescind until February 6th. He thinks he shouldn't have to pay the money. I have a few questions to ask you, Tim, okay? You have what you call an anticipatory breach. You're saying, well, they wouldn't have been able to do it anyway because they can't get me the plumbing fixtures I want. Is that right?
We've asked them to show us that on 3 different occasions.
Okay, well, Tim, I'm going to tell you something, okay?
Yes.
I don't believe, and I don't think anybody believes, that you can anticipate breach until breach happens. You can't say, I am going to cancel this whole contract because I don't think you're going to be able to get the plumbing fixtures I want. In fact, even if they tell you we can't get those plumbing fixtures, there is a way to adjust for that, either having you buy them or subtracting it from the contract price, but they weren't even given the chance, meaning you just said, nope, sorry, I'm canceling the whole thing. But I truly believe, Tim, you're using that as an excuse to cancel. When did you actually truly change your mind? You signed the contract December 13th. When did you truly change your mind?
When we finally got the letters, the documents from Green Sky that shows us that we owe X number of dollars.
When did you get that notification?
typed this thing on the 9th of January. We probably got it about maybe the 15th or 16th.
So when you found out that the contractor, Dreamstyle, submitted your contract for funding, that upset you?
Yeah, that definitely, because down here in that same thing it says purchases on 12/14. Remember, the contract is signed on the 13th.
Right.
They have purchases down there of $3,199.80. So it did no work at our house yet. And then
Tim,
17th.
Tim, that's really just smoke.